bitches spoke this morning. Awesome, Todd. Kitty told us that she's a coward, but she's not the only one. I think many people in this room are cowards, and I think we've talked to a lot of cowards, people who are afraid to quit their jobs because they think about what if, what are all these, they think about the worst case scenario, what are the worst things that can happen. And I think, Pete, you actually led a workshop earlier today on the one more year syndrome. So I kind of want to talk about that for a few minutes. What kind of advice do you have for people? Because we got several people asking this question when we polled the attendees. How do you know when it's time to quit? How do you know when it's time to let go? We even talked about this at lunch today with Eric. And so it's a common question.
Well, since I just ran the breakout session, I can share what some of our wise crowd came up with. So it sounds like it's usually a courage issue, like you said, rather than a actual money issue. So you attack it from that perspective rather than from a money perspective. So that includes like talks with whoever's involved in the decision, like often there's a spouse or family involved. And so if you lay out like what life do we want, instead of saying like what if we run out of money, because really, to be honest, that's not going to happen. Talk about what life do we want and what could we do more with our free time. And the other really useful tip was just trying it a step at a time. Like, why not quit your job in stages? Like, take a bit more vacation each year, or even better, go down to 4 days a week and then 3 and then 2 and quit from there. Most people, like very, very few people ever quit and then realize they have made a mistake. It's more like they realize, why didn't I do this much earlier? And actually Travis Shakespeare, who's in the audience here today, he just quit an interesting job as like a movie and TV producer, director, and he was sort of staying for those last couple of years out of obligation, thinking like, all these people work for me and I'm doing all these things and the projects will fall apart without me. And then when he quit and he realized it just kind of sealed up and just kept working without the absence of Travis, he's like, wow, I never had any idea I was so irrelevant in my job. And I wish I had known earlier, because I would have given myself permission to quit earlier. So little tricks like that. I think like a support group is probably the best thing you could do, is talk to other people who are in the process and mixed in with people who have already done it. And that'll probably address the courage better than anything else could.
Anyone else, or Pete cover it?
I just have to say, it takes so much courage to stand on stage and call yourself a coward. Like, I mean, wow.
It's like a paradox.
Hundreds of people being my commitment device.
We're all her accountability partners.
To those who didn't hear what she just said hundreds of people being my commitment device. Yeah. But the thing is, the internet can do that too. It's like, so to anyone who is struggling with needing a commitment device, make it public.
Yeah.
You know, use social media.
I'm waiting to read that letter about quitting. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I want to know if she's actually using it or whether it's just a ploy.
How dare you?